Alright, so as you can tell by the title, Friends, this is the last bit of what I believe is going to be part of Ascended Heroes. This is in Japan known as the 100 starter deck, roughly the 100 starter card deck that people can buy or for packs of it. But there's something a little more important, and I want to show you guys real quick. So, we have Street, the Charmander. We have Mother, the Fridge Rotom. Mother, as you have been here before, can you say hi to all the lovely folks at home? Okay, again, you don't have to be so mean to the people at home. This is a family-friendly channel, okay? So, without further ado, we also have a new member to the family as well to add to our star-studded roster. So let me go get him. Hold on. I don't think you guys are ready for this, but here we go. This is a Mudkip. One of I think this is probably my favorite Hoenn starter. This is a Mudkip, but this Mudkip has a very special name. This is Chicken Parm Jr., okay? Because I am Chicken Parm Senior. We're not gonna get into how I got it, but no, we're not gonna get into it right now, Chicken Parm Jr. So you are going to be chilling out. You can hang out with Street and make nice balance in all things. First of all, thank you guys very much for coming back to the channel. As always, I try and keep you guys informed on TCG, Pokemon TCG stuff, and all of that. This is important. First of all, if you guys also do not go and take a look at Poke Beach posts almost on the daily for content and stuff like that and information. So, I'm getting this stuff from Poke Beach. I do not have this information on my own. Poke Beach gets this stuff through translators, through informational people that have all this kind of stuff. So, without further ado, thank you, Poke Beach, for all the information, all the hoops that you go through. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at these Pokemon. Yep, we've got quite a bit of Pokemon, and starting off, we have Erica's. Now, if you guys also don't know how I rank this system here, I give an evolution line a 1 to 5 based on playability. Now, we have, I assume, Erica's Oddish, Erica's Gloom, and Erica's Vileplume EX. So let's go ahead and start with Erica's Oddish. 30 damage, does 10 to itself for 1 grass. Alright, great start. Erica's Gloom, a colorless and a grass, poison spray for 50. Your opponent's Pokemon is poisoned, okay? And Erica's Vileplume with the ability Envious Scent. Once during your turn, you heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. And Powder Bloom for 2 grass and 1 colorless, 160. Your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned and asleep. I mean, it's not bad. Grass is on the rise. 310 is not the best HP threshold pool, but I mean, with the 2 grass and the colorless, it's fine. So I mean, it's a 2.5 out of 5. It's not something that you're gonna see often, but like you'll see it sometimes, you know. All right, next on the list is Erica's Bellsprout, Erica's Weepin' Bell, and Erica's Victory Bell. Vine Slap for 20. Happy Cyclone 70 during your next turn. This Pokemon can attack. That's not happy. And then Mysterious Rondo for 40. This attack does 40 damage for each Erica's Pokemon you have in play. Ooh. So you could be doing... In play, you could do 240? That's pretty good. For each Erica's Pokemon you have in play. So even if your opponent has an Erica's, doesn't count. Okay. That's not bad. That's like a solid 3.5 out of 5. I'll take it. That's pretty good. We got Erica's Tangeli, or Tangela, however you pronounce it. Colorful Riot. Once during your turn, search your deck for Erica's Pokemon, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck, and bind 1 colorless and a grass, 30 damage, fill a point of heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a good ability. It's what you're going to use it for. 4 out of 5. Chikorita, Bayleaf. Oh, and we get Megas. We get the Mega starters from ZA. Alright. So we got Chikorita during your turn. Any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 20. Leaf Step for 2 grass, 60. And Mega Meganium EX Giant Bouquet for 3 colorless. 70 damage plus 50 more for each grass energy attached. 360 HP. That's not bad. So if you have, for example, if you have 3 grass on there, that's 150 plus 70, 220. If you do, you know, the Great Bloom from Meganium in base set Mega Evolutions, that is triple. So 50 times 6. Well, no, it's not triple. Sorry, you double the amount of energies that you have on the grass energies. 50 times 6 is 300. 300 plus 70 is 370. That is an instant knock everything for the majority besides anything with an additive or anything with 380 HP. That is insanely good. I think 4.5 out of 5. I think that's going to see a lot of play, especially with grass Pokemon coming back into the meta. 4.5 out of 5. The grass, the fire is what worries me here. That's what worries me. But other than that, that's pretty good. Oh, we got Charmander. Okay, Fire Claws 30 for a red and a colorless. Steady High Breathing for Charmeleon, a red and a fire and a colorless. And there it is, Mega Charizard YEX, Explosion Y. Discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 280 to one of our opponent's Pokemon. It doesn't apply weakness or resistance to the bench. I think that's okay, but I mean, you're discarding 3 energy. You need to get all that back. You need to have Oricorio and Fire Breather in ready. I'll give it like a 3 out of 5. Be a little optimistic, you know. I like the art though. Art's pretty good. I like it. Tapig. Oh my god, here we go. Here we go, guys. Tapig, Pignite, and then Mega Embor. It is. Okay, I want to say this. Okay. 1 colorless, 20 damage. 2, or not colorless, a red, a fire. 2 fire and a colorless, 70 damage. Opponent's Pokemon is burned. And Mega Embor, 2 fire and a colorless. Crimson Blast, 320. The 60 to itself. It's not an instant knock. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5. It could get boosted. Theoretically, Luster Purge with Terrestrialized Skeledirge. That could be pretty good. Alright, we got Totodile, Slight Intrusion for 2 water. 40 damage. There's also 10 to itself. Croconaw, 50 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, discard 1 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And Mega Feraligatr EX. Look at that guy. He's ready to go. Killer Crunch for 2 water and a colorless. 200. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, does 200 more. Guys, forget Meganium. 400 damage. If they have damage counters, that means it's at least 400. So if you play something that immediately does damage, like, I don't know, let's say there's a card, you know, Calamitous Snowy Mountains, that if you're not playing against a water Pokemon, if they attach an energy from their hand to a Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. That's insane. And also when it gets rotated, you could do Risky Ruins, where you put 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon when they enter, if they aren't a Dark type. But then again, Dark types are more prevalent. That's almost a, I want to say that's a 5 out of 5. That's a 5 out of 5. I like it. I'd run it. That's really good. Okay, ooh, Regice. Let's go. Regicharge. Attach up to 2 basic water energy from a discard pile to this Pokemon. And for 1 water and 3 colorless, Ice Prison. 140, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. I mean, you're not going to see any play with this. I'm sorry, Regice. 1.5 out of 5. Pikachu. Tail Slap 10. Tiny Bolt 30. And then Raichu. Quick Attack 20. Flip a coin if heads, does 50 more. Strongbolt for 2 lightning and a colorless. 150, discard 1 lightning. You're not going to see any play from this. 1 out of 5. 1.5 out of 5. Is that Voltorb BX? Okay. 100-fold rollout. 100 damage plus flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 100 more for each heads. 170 HP. And it's an EX. It's odd. It's very odd. I'm not gonna put it on here. That's like a 1.5 out of 5. You're putting it all on luck, and it's until you get tails. So if it's automatic 100 damage, sure. But if you get tails next, you're doing 100 damage and you're risking 2 prizes. 1 out of 5. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Terrestrialized Miraidon. Slash and Claw, 40 damage. Hadron Spike for 2 lightning and a colorless. 120. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX, it does an extra 120. 2 out of 5. You can see a little bit of extra damage, but I mean, 220 HP on a basic. It's risky. Clefairy, Moon Kick for 40. There's no evolution. Okay, maybe Clefable somewhere down the line. Maybe we're getting Mega Clefairy or Mega Clefable. That would be awesome. Meryl. Oh, we got Meryl and Azumarill. I'm not gonna say anything about this until I see Clefable. So sorry, Clefairy. Meryl, flip a coin of heads during your opponent's active Pokemon. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm looking at Mega Azumarill EX 270 Bubble Bundle. As often as you like during this turn, you may move an energy from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. Ooh, interesting. And for 3 colorless, Energy Balloon, 60 damage, plus this attack does 40 more for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. Another combo with Gardevoir. Oh boy. So 60 plus 40. So if you're doing the base, you're doing 180. I mean, with Guardy, that's pretty good. It's another stage 1 you can use. I'll give it a reasonable 3 out of 5. It's got potential. It's got prowess. Swirlix and Slurpuff. Oh yeah, no, this is 1 out of 5. Look at this. I mean, look at this. It's a nice try, but no, guys, no. Hitmontop, spin draw, shuffle your hand in your deck, then draw 6. That's not bad, actually. For like, if you get a bad start, I mean, that's a savior right there. I'll give it a respectable 2 out of 5 for a basic that doesn't really do much of anything. Sure, yeah. Groudon, 2 fighting and a colorless, 80 damage. And Megaton Fall for 2 fighting and 2 colorless. 150, does 30 to itself, 1 out of 5. Sorry, buddy. Fighting's not really doing much right now unless you're playing Mega Lucario. Stunfisk EX. Whoa, Stunfisk EX. Okay. Big Bite for 1 fighting, 30 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat. And Soggy Trap for 1 fighting and 2 colorless. 100 damage, and if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, it does 100 more. Kind of the same thing with like Voltorb EX. You're not really getting much done. And considering you need 3 energy for this and damage counters, it's not really like a good condition. I don't know. It might be good with Mega Lucario. But for right now, I think I'm giving it a 1.5 out of 5. It's almost as bad as Voltorb, but it has more HP, so that's better. Oh, sorry. I'm also realizing my camera is clipping out. I'm sorry, guys. I need to make sure I do better with that. Carbink, dual type. While it's in play, it's a fighting and a psychic type. And Counter Jewel for 2 fighting and a colorless, 70 damage. Plus, if your opponent's 2 or fewer prize, does 100 more damage. Okay, that's actually good with Mega Lucario. That's actually kind of good. I will give it a solid 2.5 out of 5. That's very good. It's better than Stunfisk. Koraidon. Oh boy, I already know what this is going to be. It's going to be big damage with big damage repercussion. Deep Brown Fangs for 1 fighting and a colorless, 50 damage. Plus, if one of your Pokemon was knocked out by damage during the last turn, does 120 more. And Impact Blow 200. This Pokemon can't use Impact Blow during the next turn. Now, I will admit, I can kind of see where you would use this here. Dark type Pokemon. Now, some Darks are weak to grass, like Zoroark EX and Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX. One Pokemon that is not weak to grass, though, is Mega Gengar EX, which is weak to fighting. If you run Koraidon and you by chance have an extra energy you can put on there, that's 340. That's almost knocking out Mega Gengar if he doesn't have damage on there already. And it's 2 prizes, so that's pretty good. For that situation, I give it a 2 out of 5. In general, 1 out of 5. Volibee and Mandibuzz EX. Okay, I'm a big fan of Mandibuzz. Let's see what we got here. Mandibuzz, Bone Shot, 50 damage to one of our opponent's Pokemon. Doesn't apply weakness or resistance to the bench. Vulture Claw for a dark and 2 colorless. 160, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Play Mega Absol EX. Mega Absol EX has better HP. Better retreat. It's just better. 1 out of 5. Sorry, Mandibuzz. Hoopa, Dark, or Knuckle Imp. So Filch for 2 card draws. And 2 dark and a colorless. Knuckle Impact 130. Can't use this attack next turn. or can't, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Oh, I see. We don't want to win. 1 out of 5. Sorry, Hoopa. Mawile, call for family. Search deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them on your bench. That's a good basic to have up front. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Is that my boy? It's my boy, Registeel. Regicharge, attach 2 basic metal energy from your discard to this Pokemon. Okay. And Protect Steel. For 1 metal, 3 colorless, 140 during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 50 less damage from attacks. It's not bad. It definitely needs a lot of energy. 1.5 out of 5. Same thing with Regice. I hope it was the same as Regice. Togedemaru, 190 HP. 1 metal, Tiggly Needle. I don't know how I feel about that name. 20 damage, flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. 1 metal, 1 colorless, spiky rollout, 80 damage if this Pokemon used spiky roll during your last turn. 80 more, 1/2 out of 5. You're not going to see much out of it. Sorry, Togedemaru. It's cool, but not cool enough. Larry's Dunsparce. Oh, guys, here we go. All right, 1 colorless, 10 damage, plus flip a coin if heads, does 20 more. Larry's Dunsparce EX, or Dunsparce EX. 3 colorless, work rush, flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon does 80 damage for each heads. This could replace, now if you guys watched my grass deck video where I featured Bramblegast from Temporal Forces, this could be just as good. Now you run it with Meganium and maybe Mega Venusaur and Teal Mask Ogerpon, sure. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I mean, but it's also flip a coin, so I mean, yeah, you don't want to run like Ignition Energy on this guy unless you're running out of stuff here. I give it a solid. I'll give it a little bit of anticipation here. 3 out of 5. I'll give it a little bit of hope. Oh my gosh! Look at that Skitty. This Skitty is so beautiful. I want it. Yoko Hishida. I can't talk. Skitty, 20 damage for 1 colorless. And Delcatty, Cat Kick for 40. And then Energy Rush for 2 colorless. 40 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that a lot. Alright, what else we got? Oh, wait, yeah, I need to rank you. That's actually kind of good. And for a stage 1 non-EX, that's not bad. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 as well. That's pretty good. Zangoose EX, Spike Draw, 20 damage, 2 cards. Wildin Scissors for 3 colors, 180, does 30 to itself. I don't know, 1.5 out of 5. Same thing as like the Regis and Togedemaru, I guess. Larry's Starly. Search your deck for 2 basic energy, reveal them, put them in your hand, and then another attack for 10 damage. Larry's Staravia, 1 colorless, 20 damage, 2 colorless, 50 damage. And then Larry's Staraptor. We're not getting the new megas yet. I thought like maybe this is just like anticipation of the new megas. I don't know, because we already got like a Raichu in here. We got Staraptor. Interesting. 60 damage plus if this Pokemon is poison or burn does 100 more. Holy crap! That's for one colorless energy. That's not bad. Okay, you're making me think some stuff here. Feather Strike, 150, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. The stack does 50 to one of my opponent's bench. I'm going to give this another 3 out of 5. This has some use for it. I don't know what it'll be, but it seems like it's got a good thing going on, especially with this first move. I like it, okay? Mega Audino. Caldio Waltz for 1 colorless. Flip 3 coins. For each heads, search your deck for 2 basic energy. Wait, for each heads? Not... For each head, search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, attach them to your Pokemon. So if you get 3 heads, you get 6 energy. I feel like when Badoo transitions out, Mega Audino is going to have some play. That's strong. That's very strong. Wow, okay. In Ear Force, 20 damage, does 80 for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. For 3 colorless. Mega Audino. Alright. I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 5. That's really good. That's really, really good. Okay. That's really good. Alright, Larry's Rufflet. 20 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counter. Does 80 more. Nice for 2 colorless. Larry's Braviary. 50 damage during your opponent's next turn. Defending Pokemon can't retreat. And Brave Bird 120 does 30 to itself. I mean, it's like a 1.5 out of 5 again. You could see some use for it, but not really. Larry's Komala. Lethargic Charge. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may attach an energy from your hand to your active Larry's. Mega Audino and Larry's Pokemon actually could work really well together. Drowsy Draw. This Pokemon is now asleep. Draw 2 cards. But this Pokemon has to be on the bench. Doesn't really see a place in the active spot. If you have like Ribollune, you can get out of there, but you can't retreat when you're asleep, so that's a problem. That's really good though. If you have it on the bench, 90 HP. That's really good. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 too. That's very good. Helps boost Larry's Pokemon. Grandpa, the Grandpa. Slap for 50. Dragon Strike 120. During next turn, Pokemon can't use Dragon Strike. 1 out of 5. Sorry, buddy. Not getting much use out of this. Pokepad. Search your deck for a Pokemon without a rule box. Put it in your hand. Then, wow. With Nest Ball rotating out, this is really big for non-EX decks. That's a 5 out of 5. Really good item. Very good item. Waitress. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Choose a basic energy you find there. Attach it to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle the remaining cards back in your deck. Not bad, but it's only one. It's only one basic energy. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. It could run with some other decks, but I don't see it really being a really big card. Urbane. This is one of the new characters from ZA. Draw 3 cards. It's a 1 out of. It's standard. It's standard. Boss Order reprint, guys. Boss's Order reprint. We have Corbo. Switch your one. That's 5 out of 5. Boss's Order. There it is. So that is all of the cards for this set, which I'll admit, very good. It's very, very good. But guys, do you want more? Of course you want more. You guys are part of the squad. We gotta have more. So here are the arts that are also going to be added as well. Some that I don't even remember seeing, because we got Tangela. I don't remember seeing a Salazzle in here, nor did I see a Scorbunny. The Weavile, I believe. No, that's a water Weavile. I don't remember seeing this one. There's definitely some arts in here that weren't in here. The Vikavolt, the Meryl was in there, though. I do remember that. Bayonet wasn't in there. That's cool. Slurpuff was in there. Hitmontop was in there. Carbink was there. Mightyena was not there. That is an amazing card. The Carbink is also beautiful, too. The Mawile is very nice. I like the little watercolor art. We're getting a reprint illustration rare? Okay. The Staraptor actually is gorgeous. Wow. Beautiful. Full art Sprigatito EX. I didn't see that as well. Full art Stunfisk. Okay. The full art Audino. Mega Audino. That's pretty good. The Boss's Order Corbo. We're also getting the illustration, the SIRs Mega Meganium, Mega Embor, and Mega Feraligatr. We're also getting a Pikachu. That's a Pikachu EX. Okay. And Lily's Clefairy. Another SIR Lily's Clefairy. Oh, that's really cute. And the golden Charizard, Mega Charizard Y. We expect the cards from Japan's Mega Dream EX and the cards from the Starter 100 Battle Collection to release in our special Ascended Heroes in January. Now, guys, if you're not familiar with Mega Dream or the Ascended Heroes, it's going to have over 290 cards. A lot of new stuff is going to be in here. The first one that is going to be released here is the sticker pack featuring Larry's Komala, and also some other sticker collections as well, featuring Mega Charizard Y and Mega Gengar as well. The Elite Trainer box will be available in the next month following. The Pokemon Center box will also be available. The mini tins will be available as well. We'll be also getting some different arts as well. The manga arts and the booster bundle will be available in April. Now, in my opinion, I do believe that Pokemon has done a better job at keeping things together, because considering for the fact that Prismatic Evolution they put in first, the ETB, it was and a lot of the other product. I think they're spacing it out a lot better. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed it as always. Thank you guys for watching and welcoming Chicken Parm Jr. into the squad. Chicken Parm, anything else you want to say? You are adorable as always, little buddy. I appreciate that so much. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.